All right, we are live. Well, not live, but we're like recording now.
As close as it gets for us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, live, half dead, one or the other.
Yeah. I mean,
dead inside.
Yeah.
I mean, we've for being gone so long, we've had a decent amount of traffic. I went back and finally looked at like stats and everything since we've stopped. Just overall time, there's like almost 80 listens. There's traffic from multiple different countries, different apps and places to access. So did someone still listening somewhere?
Yeah. So half dead, the living dead. We are the living
Yeah,
dead.
there we go.
I'll take that one. Oh,
And
God.
on that note, intros, I'm Amber.
I'm Amy.
And I'm Joe.
And we are your hosts from Murderous, Mysterious, and Macabre. We've taken quite a bit of a hiatus.
Yes.
Many life-changing events.
Lots of big things happening for us and a whole other country of people. We won't go too far into that because then we'll never shut up, frankly.
True. The personal stuff was more that all three of us ended up moving across the country. So we're no longer based in Arizona. Thank God.
Yes.
Yeah,
We did season 1 of Arizona and we were like, wow, so many cool stories here. By the way, I hate this place.
Yes.
And then we all left. Basically.
For real. And not even in the same place. Like, we didn't all migrate together. So, yeah, we're in some different places. I am home based out of Oklahoma nowadays, thanks to my lovely husband and his career. So,
Much fun.
made a nice change for greener pastures, I guess.
Yeah, and I am now home based out in Virginia, so I've always wanted to be kind of on a coastal state, and I've always been actually very, very in love with the East Coast, and I know Virginia is kind of halfway between the South and the East Coast, but we're really loving it so far. Not going to triangulate exactly where in Virginia, but in Virginia.
I will tell you, I'm like an hour away from Amber in Virginia. I bummed it with her and her husband and child for a couple of months getting out there. And then I was actually able to, as a single income household, buy a home in Virginia versus Arizona.
Miracles.
Right? Just
Right?
That, yeah. I mean, that was one of the big things too, is we were looking at buying a new house and the prices in Arizona were just
astronomically insane.
Just a little bit prohibitive.
Just the tiniest bit prohibitive.
Oh,
no.
God. Almost as prohibitive as the 120-degree heat in the summer. So I don't miss it.
You know, it's early August here, and we've already got a week where we're going to be in the 70s and rainy this week. And next week, it's supposed to only get back up into the 80s. So we're already starting to see dips in temperature and start getting into fall. And we've heard from locals that fall really starts like end of August, early September out here. We're just like,
as it should be.
Yeah.
As it should be. Yeah.
Only a couple months of summer, I'm down. I don't care about the humidity. It's fine.
Bring on the mosquitoes. Don't care. Yeah.
I love it. Just, like if my summer can be less than,
6 months.
6 months of the year, I'm all for it.
Seriously.
But yeah, so on that note, we are starting to feel fall, like we're coming out of summer, all of us. And we're all very antsy for fall because we are fall people. So
God, yeah.
We turned our thoughts back to, oh, hey, remember that podcast we did and said we were going to keep doing for a long time? Remember that?
New hobby? You remember
that we will surely never drop the ball on. Remember that hobby? So we dropped the ball on that.
A little
bit. No, amongst other things, we wanted to kind of kick off a happy hour catch-up podcast, kind of what we've all been doing.
Yeah.
And then wanted to take some time to announce that we are planning the podcast again, a little less vigorously than we first started to. We kind of bit off more than we could chew. We're all very busy, full on career women. We all have our own, families to take care of and big moves and big life changes that were going on. So just the pace that we were trying to do the podcast at was a little too much, but it's something that we do still really like. So we are back, we are here, and we are hoping to kind of keep putting out a few new seasons. So we'll have a short mini season coming out in August after this. So a few episodes of what was going to be season 2 and what will still be titled season 2, where we are traveling to, drumroll.
But I don't think I could do a drum roll.
Oh yeah,
Well-
I've got noise canceling headphones on. I was doing a drum roll and I was gonna pitch it to. I think one of you guys suggested it, so I was hoping someone would just jump in. But none of us are psychic, so I shouldn't have expected that.
Well,
So anyway, drum roll sounds here. Connecticut.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much of a surprise that is because one of the Connecticut episodes did go out before we stopped.
Kind of. If you are listening on Spotify, one of the Connecticut episodes, if you're listening only when a Connecticut episode's dropped, but around that same time, we were having also a lot of technical difficulties. So I could not, some issue with our YouTube account, we could not get even our first issue up to YouTube. Lots of struggles. So for
Joe
some
was
of
a
you,
disembodied voice for that video.
Yes. I do
a lot of
remember that.
issues. But so there is a Connecticut episode that does exist on Spotify already. If you want to go listen to that now.
If you just can't wait.
Just can't wait. And that on too, honestly, we will be so for that time will probably be, there won't be a new update on Spotify. We might re-release it if we need to, if there were any issues to any of our listening, and then we'll release it to YouTube. And then there'll be the rest of the month of August or remaining, we do, one of each topic in Connecticut, and that will kind of be it for Connecticut.
Yes.
Maybe
Sorry,
we revisit.
Maybe we revisit, yeah.
One day, just not today.
One day, yeah, one day we'll probably touch on it too. I'm sure we will. There's one or two of my favorite hauntings come out of Connecticut, and I had planned them for later on in the season, and we never really touched on it. But
yeah, I definitely had at least one topic or murder that I was super, super keen on. So even if we do some kind of weird bonus once a year or something, we'll have to maybe touch back on Connecticut.
And then, the plan after that is we will be moving on to a new state in September. So we'll be doing a season 3 run, September through November. And then going forward, we haven't announced our new state yet. We'll probably be talking about our new state more than Connecticut in this, just because it's a little fresher for us.
Yeah.
We've already recorded the Connecticut episodes about when we stopped this podcast and are just kind of actually working on the technical side of posting them. But we'll have a new announcement for a new season at the end of this year. And then after that, we're switching to only 3 seasons a year to give ourselves a little bit of a creative break and to hopefully avoid burning out and being kind of absent for as long as we.
Yep. And I got to tell you, this new state, there should be plenty, but it's going to be the bane of my existence to find. I was telling Amber earlier, I literally just was Googling the state and mysteries, and there's a book series based off of it that's kind of like the Hardy Boys. Hint, hint for anyone who can guess. And then other than that, it started taking me to the state's got a cold case database of crimes, mainly murders. So I was
my way.
I was I don't want to step on Amy's toes, so I've got to get real creative with my searches to find stuff. It'll be
Well, I will send you a link or two to a source I found that I didn't it was videos, I think, that I didn't watch because it was it seemed like it focused just more on weirdness, and I was nope, that's not me.
That is me.
I only want dead people. I only want the ghosts. Only want a specific slice of the weirdness pie. you know?
And yeah, so I'm having troubles too, and I foresee myself for the near future, regardless of what state we're focusing on, having some troubles. I too spoke with it. Amber's the sounding board for everybody. I too spoke with Amber about this previously, and where I'm having difficulty is, and I'm not going to go into it and try to get at all political, but because of the environment that we are finding ourselves in right now, I I am very I'm not even going to say hesitant. I refuse to put out any content that can be used against groups of people.
Mhm.
So I refuse to put
Yep.
out something that can be pointed to and anybody say those people look at an example of what happened. So I'm finding it a little bit difficult to kind of. I'm having to look with a very narrow lens, and it's making it a little difficult. But I am going to do my best to still, bring some interesting stories, and if some of them kind of are outside the normal realm of what I would like to cover, but they're just so interesting that I can't not cover them, fine. But it would take something quite out
Yeah.
of the ordinary, I think, for me to do that at this point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Would you
Understandable.
No, and I agree because I've been taking that approach too without spoiling season 3's state yet. Um, I have been there's a whole section of the state that I've kind of written off. Like I'm not touching cases from there because they let me see, how much can I say without giving it away? They We'll cut this out if we feel like this is too much of a hint, but it covers quite a few states. So I think, we'll give you a region. But in the state I'm in, you can imagine a part of it touches on a lot of Civil War, a lot of Civil
Yeah.
War history. So there it is. There's your big hint. But I'm not touching it. I'm not touching that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play sympathies for a certain group of people, and I don't want to touch stories of hauntings that might lead that way. So,
Yeah.
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 without
There's
being outright political,
yeah.
there's
There's
a decision that I as a creator am making, and I don't want to do that.
there's a huge difference between an interesting ghost story and just like
Mhm.
tragedy porn at that point. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Yes,
Like
exactly,
yeah.
exactly, and that's never what we've been about. Like, I
Yeah.
don't like, we're not. I know the joke nowadays is like true crime people are psychos because they're all like they just love giggling about murder. But
Yeah.
we really try not to be that. Like
Yeah.
it's an interesting part of human nature, like the fact that all of these types of stories exist anywhere you go and are kind of so intrinsic to storytelling among people, I think is just really, really fascinating. Um, and we're humans and we're fascinated by it. So we try to bring a human element to it and we try to be on the respectful side of things when we can. So there's just
Mhm.
I don't think I can be respectful to certain situations, so I'm just not going to touch them.
Agreed. That's definitely, I think, the stance we should take, and I think any responsible creators should take at this point.
Mhm.
Not to say that there isn't a more responsible way to do it without turning it into that sort of tragedy porn, but
Mhm.
we don't. I personally, and knowing what's going on in your guys' life, I don't think you really either have the mental capacity to try and figure out how to do that.
Yes.
So we're not
Yeah.
going to.
Yeah.
We're not emotionally stable enough at this point.
No. Oh god, no. There is literally so much going on and it's just especially the state of the way things are in the grand old US of A, like there is so much like mental capacity. This is supposed to be something that we're interested in and we like doing. Our
We
chance to
want it
kind
to
of
be
get
a
together.
fun time.
Yes, yes, exactly. Not that
Even
these
though
are
they are
always the
heavy
most fun
subjects.
topics. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Fun in the same way, like watching, I don't know, watching Murder, She Wrote, or
Yeah.
like Beyond
Yeah.
Belief, fact or fiction, or like yes, the subject is heavy, but gives you kind of something different to think about, and kind of just gets the gears turning in your head for a little while. In a space where we're still relatively like able to kind of decompress and talk to each other. So, yeah, so that's where we're coming from. Not to make it all heavy, but that is our goal. That is what we're trying to do. We'll see how much we succeed at
How we
that.
succeed, yeah.
Here's
yeah.
hoping. Man, this is going to be interesting, to say the least.
Yes. I'm excited. I'm really excited for it. I'm excited for our new season. I just it's going to be like you said, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be kind of a juggling act, I think, with a lot of things, and especially for the next few years. Like, I think just
Yeah. Especially as
Yeah.
3 white women for the next few years,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
we do as women not have as much as white men in terms of that sort of, not prejudice, what's the word I'm looking for?
privilege.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My brain's not working, guys. That's
Yeah.
that's how the state of
It's
things
been
are
a
these
day.
days. It has been a day. But we don't have as much privilege as them, that we do have a lot more privilege than others. So it's something we need to be very mindful of in terms of how we speak about a lot of the topics we discuss, the people involved in the stories, so on and so forth, and what we choose to discuss, because there's definitely some ways that it could come off as we just don't fully understand those perspectives and those voices. And that's fully right, because we have not experienced it from their end. So we can listen, we can learn, but we can't completely understand because it doesn't happen to us the way it happens to others.
Yeah, and I think that's gonna be just like the important thing that, like I said, we want to try and try and keep in mind is we do have a place. Like we're kind of in the upper end of the privilege sandwich. So,
Yeah. I mean, we have the ability to get together and record a podcast, so there's a privilege right there.
There it is, right there. We all have internet. We all have the ability to purchase noise canceling headphones and pay for
we have
a
our nifty
recording
new
suite.
headphones.
Yes.
Which we each got in a different color.
Yes,
'Cause
that we
we're
have the
so
gradient.
cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. I like
We're like
it.
the fucked up Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at us. They're 3 different colors, color coded. I love us.
Well, we all know which one you are, Amber. So
Which one's that?
you are definitely
Blossom.
Is it Buttercup? Is Buttercup the angry dark-haired
Yeah,
one?
Buttercup's the angry one. Blossom is the
bossy one.
is the
That's
bossy
me.
one.
Yeah.
That's you. Yeah. Pink, that works.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, between me and Joe might be more the Buttercup. I don't see Joe as a
Depends on the
Bubbles.
day. I could be Bubbles if I was in a really giggly mood. If I were drinking alcohol right now, I could be Bubbles. But
Joe's like, I can be Bubbles if I have bubbles and
exactly.
no timeout.
There's no other way. There's just no other way.
There's no other way. No, that's so funny. Unfortunately, I'm out of drink. I had bubbles and now they're gone.
Sad day, but at least you can drink Bubbles right now. I'm unfortunately having some issues that prevent me from drinking Bubbles because it's not a good idea for my intestines at the moment.
I'm sorry.
I can see how that would be an issue.
It's my life. Just watch. The next time I can, I'll probably accidentally drink a whole bottle of wine by myself. Who knows?
Yeah.
Accidentally.
Yeah.
I'll get yelled at by somebody at work again.
Throw the cork away and be like, I'm not going to need that.
Well,
cork in this bitch.
Darn it, can't find the cork. I guess I'm accidentally drinking this bottle of wine.
Oops.
Oh,
I'm waiting until the time that we're at work in a meeting together and Joe does not even break eye contact and just opens a bottle of wine like in the middle of the meeting. Just like,
it's coming. It's coming.
I'm going to need that.
Yeah. The day she's decided that she no longer gives a single fuck.
It's close at hand, trust me.
I bet. Thank you, Dana.
Man, I just don't want to deal with people. Some days, every day, I don't want to deal with people, let's be honest.
Yes. Yeah.
But yes, so we have fun things up and coming, hopefully. Ho
Hopefully.
Hopefully we can find some fun in them, some jokes, some quirks, some interesting factoids.
Yep.
Yeah.
It it's gonna be hard work, but we'll do it, folks. We'll figure it out.
Yes, we will. We'll
Well,
do our
we will.
darndest.
We'll yeah, I would say we will try our darndest.
When it comes to
We'll
true
see.
crime episodes, that's a little harder.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
I say, have you like I know the title of the show starts with murderous, so like it leans into murder, but like maybe have you thought about cutting yourself some slack and just picking like some weird crimes? Have you ever thought about getting to just like kind of offbeat crimes in our states?
I have not. I'm gonna be honest, because my default is just searching like murders or unsolved murders and whatever state we're focusing on, because there's usually so many to pick from. There really like
Yeah.
when we did Arizona, I had to so consciously like weed ones out. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Mhm.
Nope, I'm not gonna cover that one. That one's interesting,
Mhm.
not gonna cover it.
Mhm.
And even with when we did our Connecticut filming, I actually I right away found the ones I wanted to cover, and I saved the best one for last. Like I definitely
Yep,
the one we
mine too.
recorded was not my favorite at all. It was really good. It was very interesting.
Mhm.
But I definitely had enough where I was like, oh, I'm gonna build up. Unlike I feel like I started Arizona with my favorite one and kind of went
Mhm.
down from there. So I was like, I'm gonna do the opposite this time. Um, so I think I'll find my groove. It's just a different way of kind of thinking and finding the information. But I think once I get used to it, it should be fine. I mean, let's be honest. If you're in a crowded room, who's likely to snap? A white dude.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
find that. I mean, I'll find them. It's gonna happen. A white chick, a white dude. They're high strung. They're gonna kill everybody. Let's be
Yep.
honest.
Yep.
So yeah.
Too true. Also, I don't know if you guys have seen any of this going around social media, but there's been a lot of content coming out recently of people digging a little bit further into there's been more deaths slash murders of more CEOs and
I
billionaires.
did hear that there was
Don't
at
tease
least
me with a good time. I
yeah,
mean, a terrible
a
tragedy.
There's
woman
I
been
mean,
recently. Is it there was a woman recently? I thought I
She was
saw.
another healthcare CEO. She
Yeah.
was murdered. There was another one who was also a healthcare CEO who was murdered, I think 2 months ago from our current date in August, and that one got kind of swept under the rug. He was found dead in his hotel room, and they suspect foul play. I haven't looked into too many more details than that, but then, like, I started seeing more videos of people just bringing up, like, there's been maybe 20 plus billionaires slash CEOs deaths this year. So it's like that's an interesting trend. I'm kind of here for it.
yeah.
Does it make me sound like a bad person? Little bit. But should
I
these
think
people
so.
hoard all of that wealth and have that much say over normal people's lives and things such as their healthcare access? Also, no.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's interesting. Although some of them were older, so it could also just be the start of like the baby boom decline. So
Yeah. Yeah.
which
Yeah, but I
Which
I can also
also
see
good
like
things.
yes.
yeah, I can also see like a just general consensus of the powers that be trying to keep that type of story out of the public eye and not
Mhm.
glorify it and not, you know what I mean?
Because I mean,
So,
Mhm.
look at Luigi
yeah.
Mangione. He got all
Yeah.
Yeah.
sorts of fanfare for doing that
Still to
murder.
this day. Well, and
Yes,
it's
Yeah.
alleged. They can't
alleged,
like
because he
it's
has not
so
been confirmed.
no. They
He
have
hasn't
like
So,
pled guilty.
actually
yeah,
and there's actually very little like if you actually dig into the case, like there's very little like solid
true.
evidence for him. So it's like, but even
But
still, even as a hypothetical maybe murderer, like he still is like a folk hero now. Like that's the
Mhm.
status he's going to be at. Like, so I can see the media. They won't do it for anyone who commits gun violence, obviously, because that won't matter. But when CEOs are on the line, like obviously they'll hush everything
Yeah.
up so that
Yeah.
We
nobody
certainly
else gets
don't
any
want people
ideas.
seeing that as a possibility of something to do
Yeah.
to us. No, no,
We
no.
don't want to start a trend here. Come on now.
On the flip side of that, though, would it or would it not be funny, like for everyone during the next company all hands? And I'm not talking about just us. I'm talking about everyone. Like everyone, next company all hands. Let's all coordinate wearing like screen printed shirts with like just a guillotine on it. No words,
I'm
no
here
nothing.
for that.
A clean guillotine, no blood, no gore, just a guillotine. Show up at your next company all hands. Next time you're in front of the CEO, say nothing. Just let's just see what happens.
Can you just
We'll
have,
call
like,
it a social experiment. It'll be fun.
I think it has to be like the whole gamut. Okay, so you can have a guillotine shirt. Somebody
Yes.
can be even more innocent and wear just like a Les Mis shirt, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just supporting a musical.
I
It's
love
Les
Les
Mis.
Mis.
It
It's
happens
great.
to be about the revolution, but whatever.
Yeah.
All the way to like, let's just have the eat the rich shirts.
Eat the rich.
Like,
That's great. Or we can all go very on the topic of Luigi. We can go very subtle coded with it and just all wear the Luigi shirt, like
yes.
from
yes.
like Luigi and Mario, green letter L. Like let's just all
Yep.
wear like Luigi shirts. Let's see.
Another one.
Let's see what it takes to fly.
Support the orcas shirts.
Oh yeah, they're taking those boats out.
They're taking
Yeah.
those yachts out.
I
Oh,
really,
yeah.
really wish they had attacked the yacht Bezos got married on recently. That would have been fantastic.
Nice. See, now I want a shirt with like an old SeaWorld orca style printing that just says "Eat the Rich," like
Yes.
coming above the orcas. Like that's what I need. on a shirt.
Done.
So
All right,
I don't
guys,
know
we
if
found
I
our
need to
next
make it
endeavor.
or like if somebody else does, but like
We're
maybe
just
I'll
putting it
make
out
it.
there.
It just needs to get out there. Somebody needs to. I need to be able to own that.
Be lovely.
Oh my god.
I might have to make that. I don't know how I
There's
would go about that, but I
actually-
might have
Figure
to
it
make
out.
that.
It's
We'll figure it out.
incredibly bad, like literally so bad. But there's like a movie from either late 70s, early 80s called Orca. And it's
Hell
like
yeah.
it's like a ripoff of Jaws, but it's a killer whale like attacking
it.
people. There's gotta be a graphic for that movie somewhere. There's gotta be.
I can find that. I think I can make that happen. Yeah. I couldn't sell it because if it comes from a movie, like very definitely copyrighted, but I could make it, and that's what I care.
Yes.
This is the year of me like making cool things so that I can disassociate from the horrors around me.
100%.
And an Eat the Rich orca shirt seems like a good step into
It
that
seems
entire
like
vibe.
it would make you happy every time you put it on.
Every single day. And it would be a good litmus test if I went out. I'm relatively new in my state still, like still in the making friends phase. If I went out with that shirt on and people talked to me, I would know that they
You
were
would
cool.
find your people immediately.
Instantly.
Like
Instantly.
no effort, zero effort to find your people.
Zero effort involved. Yeah.
Oddly enough, I've had some shirts like that of like Save the Books, Burn the Fascists was one of them I had on at one point.
Yeah. Heck
Just
yeah.
going to the grocery store. And interestingly enough, older white dudes are usually the ones that stop to talk to me. And
there are
in
some good
support.
ones.
In support.
Yeah, they're good ones. They get a bad rap, but they're
they're out there.
Yep,
they're out there.
Yep, they are.
And it's like that's one of the things too. One of the worst things that because I'm married to a white dude, like I know that, but like I think there's lots of bad things. There's lots of bad things that like those kinds of white dudes do.
Yeah.
But like a horrible like side effect of that is like we have lost the idea like boys aren't cute anymore. But they are cute. Like boys are actually genuinely cute if you let them just be cute and do goofy boy things. But like a subset of white men have ruined that for the rest of them.
Yes.
And like I think it's time for men to rise up and like pummel the other men.
Yeah, take care of their own business,
and
man.
then you guys can be cute and goofy again. Like that's all we want. That's all you want. That's all anybody wants.
That's literally a conversation Brett and I just had recently of like
Yep.
You gotta allow dudes to be like kind of goofy and funny when they're with their friends.
Yes.
Goofy and funny, not hurtful and bullying.
See,
like
upsetting thing is like that's what Boys Will Be Boys was supposed to mean, and then
Yeah.
it got like horribly bastardized, and it's like really I want to pull my hair out. I hate when sayings or like when ideas and stuff like that like get bastardized to a point where you're like Like, you are missing the point so badly, and I
Yes.
just wanna smack you right now.
Like,
Like,
there's
the next time some Republican boy mom wants to say, like, "Boys will be boys" to me, I just wanna smack as hard as I can.
there's tons of women out there who are posting like what they see on Hinge profiles and everything and
Mhm.
whatnot and how those go for them. There's one in particular I saw a video for recently, and she's like, I create really unhinged like
Mhm.
prompts for people to respond to, and one of them is,
Mhm.
tell me the name of your dude's group chat because it's
That's
always
awesome.
something weird and outrageous. And she's like, and no judgment either, just tell me that is your opener. And she's like, guys, I can only show you one of them. All of the others are extremely offensive. Extremely offensive, racist, misogynistic, homophobic, like just can't. Just can't. It was
Mhm.
supposed to be something cute and funny that she could like share out to the world of, guys are actually cute. They're nice. They can be goofy and fun. And then it turned into, no, all of the wrong
Yep.
ones responded to this with
Mhm.
the worst fucking shit you could imagine. Like
Yep.
that unfortunately sounds about right. That's why
Yep.
I am not on dating apps.
Yeah, I was gonna say that unfortunately I think sums up online dating about as best as it can, which is just like you get not that all boys are bad, but like you get the worst boys in certain scenarios because it's like, goddamn.
It's
I
almost
know.
like they only allow you to see the worst unless you pay them
Mhm.
money, and even
Oh,
then,
for
they're
sure.
not generally the best either.
Yeah, that is a conspiracy theory I 100% believe, is like you're scraping the bottom barrel unless you're like paying for it.
100%.
So,
Yep.
Bottom barrel and bots, unless you're paying money. And
mhm.
if you're paying
Mhm.
money, they then only show you what they think you want to see, which isn't always necessarily going to be what you want to be looking for, or what you should be looking for.
Yes, what you
Like,
need.
still just like commiserating and causing people to look for something unhealthy, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
because they want you to
not
stay
good.
on their app. Like,
Yeah,
that's the
like
Yep.
way they make
if
money.
you get married, like how is that going to benefit their app ever? Like, yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
No more dating apps. No more dating
Mm,
apps. Also
mm-mm.
not meeting people in person because I don't do anything or go anywhere. So I will be alone forever, and that is fine. Me and my dogs, and that's it.
That's fine. Sometimes that's better.
Truly,
Um,
honestly. I mean, I dumped a fucking awful man 2 years ago, and look at me now, I'm a homeowner. So
mhm.
something
Mhm.
obviously went right there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But no, I just that makes me think of too, because it's like it's actually really wholesome sometimes, like if you if you do know like good guys or good men and stuff like that, like you get like the flip side wholesome stories, and like they filled me with like hope for the future. Cause like you see some stuff and you're just like, oh my God, like all of them need to I don't know. I don't know what needs to happen, but like this cannot sustain. But my husband plays a online game, and it's like just honestly, like I love the man. The nerdiest game you could possibly play. I say that as somebody whose like recent gaming obsession is Fields of Mystery, so also the nerdiest game you could play, but like in girl form, so it's fine. I can judge a little. But he plays a nerdy boy game, which is, just war and cannons and like old school war and cannons. And like there's just open voice chatting. Like people just walk around and like you're not really in like little groups, but there's just wide open voice chatting. But it's just a bunch of like nerdy boys playing war games. Like it literally feels like the grown up version of like a room full of boys playing with like little green soldiers. Like it's
Oh,
honestly the most wholesome thing I think I've ever seen. But like I've had once or twice like Brett gets frustrated and he gets up and he's like, "Man, like I can't stand this." There's this like you were talking about Joe, but flip side is like there's this racist guy, there's this homophobic guy. They just keep like yelling slurs in the chat, like it's really annoying. And then like a second later, everybody in the game like communally bans them. And
love
like
it.
they just get
Here for
kicked
it.
out. And it's like, yes, it's just good. It's just so wholesome to know. So for anybody out there, like, yes, trust your judgment. I'm not saying, I'm not one of those women that's like, not all men, give them a chance. No, no, trust your judgment. Like some of them are, no, not good. But the wholesomeness is still there. And I'm just really hoping that like,
It makes a
you know,
comeback.
it makes a comeback because
Hardcore.
we really need that style of boys will be boys to come back like
Yeah.
hardcore, even if not right away this year, like 2026 and on. Like that's the vibe we need for men, because it is 1,000% better then everything else works. That's it. That's my story.
The little Dynamuse in the background.
I know. Even the noise canceling headphone can't remove the Dynameows in the background. At least hopefully it's like cutting out some of her aggressive purring. She's like kneading into my leg and purring absolutely aggressively. So
Goodness gracious.
it's better than
guys,
my daughter. Whenever my daughter sees that I'm on a headset, she like comes up into the headset
she's
and
like,
because
oh,
because she
what's
gets
going
mad.
on?
Like she like pops her head up, and sometimes I like let her if like it's just me and my boss is really cool, or like a few other people like on my direct team only. Like they're really cool, so I'll let her like pop up and say hi, and then I'll turn my camera off and shoo her away. But she gets so mad, so frustrated if like she recognizes that no one's responding back to her, and she knows that like my headset like is how I talk to them, so she just like sidles up then there and like just starts chatting at it to make sure that she's heard too, because she has to be center of attention. So
I love
anyway,
Monster child. Love her.
Oh my God.
future podcaster in the making.
Yes. One day.
Absolutely love that.
But yeah, so that's what's been going on. We are
That's about
coming
it.
back.
We are making, like, very much like The Living Dead, we are making a comeback whether you want us to or not. So
Yeah. Not up to you guys. This is our hobby.
Yeah.
It's for us, okay?
It's for us, okay?
We missed each other too much to not come back and do it. So
mm-hmm. And the only time we can ever sit and hang out is when we have a structured activity, because we are all psychopaths, I think.
Well, and the guilt, and the female guilt of like, but there's not an agenda.
I can't sit and rest.
What do you mean I can take a break? No, that doesn't seem right. It seems wrong on some level. But no, we're excited. We're excited to release or re-release our few Connecticut episodes. Like we said, we might return to Connecticut even for just like another little mini 1 month special at some point in time if we need to, or maybe a shortened season. We can do our other 2 episodes that we had planned for Connecticut if we need to take like an extra break in the coming year. Not too much has been decided yet, but that is in play. And then we have our new state for season 3. So hoping everyone sticks around. We are really, really hoping to adjust kind of our capacity, like I said, so that we can kind of keep this moving and not have, we'll have more breaks. We'll be taking a month break in between each season after releasing season 3, but not never ending breaks. So
yeah,
maybe.
We really, as much as we put it out, we want people to enjoy it. We want to still enjoy it as much as everybody else, and not come to dread any part of it. So we want to keep it light and a little free, and keep the joy in it for ourselves as well.
That's that. I look forward to recording with you ladies again soon.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Okay. All right, that is us signing off. So once again, I'm Amber.
I'm Amy.
And I'm Joe.
And this has been Murderous, Mysterious, and Macabre. If you like this episode, please make sure to like and subscribe to wherever you found this podcast, and maybe leave us a comment or share with your friends. We are no longer going to be on Patreon, but if you would like to support us in any way, you can always buy us a coffee, and I will have a link for our coffee down in the show notes. Thanks all.
Bye.
Bye.